Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and this is my review of And Just Like That, Season 1 of 1, Episode 6. So, last week, I talked about how I really didn't want to do a video because I didn't think there was enough to do a video, and then there was. This really doesn't qualify at all. Again, basically nothing happened. Well, we finally got acknowledgement that yes, Carrie actually is wealthy since she bought a penthouse on the river on the west side of Manhattan. They make it seem like on a lark, but then they say it's been 3 months of searching. So she gets a really boring, bland, modern apartment that definitely is $4 million. And then she immediately hates it because there's a beeping. Sounds so boring. I'm not making this up. Okay, so it's a very strange thing. I talked to some of my friends who are not as old as me, and I'll mention that like seasons of a TV show used to have like 22 episodes, and they can't believe that they're used to 6 to 10 episodes, and this is 10, and it literally feels like every other episode is just wasted. What happened this episode? Carrie bought a $4 million penthouse that she didn't really want. Then she went to a plastic surgeon with Anthony, and then the guy was like, "You don't need plastic surgery," which anyone could just say to him because he obviously doesn't. But then Carrie, does if she wants to look younger. And then she's worried about the price of a half lift. Like, what the hell? What is that? Like $20,000? You just bought a freaking penthouse for $4 million. So this one they at least acknowledge that Miranda hooking up with Che at the age of 55. And someone in the comments mentioned before that there was an earlier episode from the Sex in the City where Miranda, I guess, was like not even able to convince anyone that she was gay, that she was so straight. Do you want a nightmare fuel love scene in, I don't know, it's like some sort of student film. It's like super close-ups with a white background. Do you want to see Che's giant blockhead munching on Miranda's grandma face? Do you want to see that twice? It's not even a real scene. Like it's like a daydream, and they show it twice. So we get little hints of boring storylines. There's a whole scene about freaking Charlotte. Her kids don't like her dolls because it's whatever. One of the reasons this is so odd, it's a show, showrunner who's like 69 years old, Michael Patrick King. Darren Star seems to not be working on this. I think he's working on Emily in Paris season 2. So it's a, borderline elderly man trying to explain cancel culture to his mostly middle-aged, audience who don't really know about Twitter dumb bullshit. So you have to explain what cultural appropriation is like 4 different times. Then you have to like, it's like baby's first interaction with SJWs, like cultural appropriation, multiple genders. What is non-binary? It's very C-spot run. So it's this grinding of gears of a 69-year-old trying to explain what matters to 20-year-olds to 50-year-olds. Do you see what I'm saying? It's unstuck in time. That being said, I will say that Seema does seem like a good addition, not necessarily to the group, since it's just going to be a new friend for Carrie, but she actually fits in there. Now let's get to the character whose name I forgot. The black professor with the long, skinny braids. This character is just from another TV show. Her husband, her friends, they have a scene. She's trying to become pregnant, except for, did they ever say what her age was? I know black doesn't crack, so her age is somewhere between 30 and 60. I don't know how old she is. Her husband looks to be like in his late 30s, and that's what their friends look like as well. So she's just boring. You can tell that the writers are very uncomfortable writing black characters because they're all just kind of blandly saintly. Okay, so let's go through all the bland saintly black characters. There's Charlotte's friend from college and her husband, bland saintly black characters. There's Charlotte's neighbor who she invited to go out so the other two friends wouldn't be the only two black friends at her party. Okay. And then we got the professor who's kind of bitchy, so I wouldn't say she's bland, but she seems like she's from another show. What I'm trying to say is none of the black characters really have any personality at all. The showrunners and the writers seem very uncomfortable, and they keep kind of shuttling them off to like subplots so they don't interact with the main group. That being said, the strangeness of handling the age of 55, I just want to like go up to somebody who works on the show, you know, the showrunner and writers, and say, how old is a 55-year-old woman? And they'll be like, a 55-year-old woman is between 75 and 85 years old. Charlotte, people are saying she's had some work done. I think she still looks good, especially for her age. Miranda looks like a ghost. Like when you go to a haunted house at Disneyland, what they make ghosts look like. She looks like the ghost of herself. And the other thing about Carrie is Carrie depressed looks 20 years older than she actually is. When she's happy and she's having fun, she looks around her age. When she's sad, which she is a lot, she's damn near 80. So this seems to just be dribbling to I don't know what. The end of this episode had a kind of bland moral of things are changing and you need to learn to change with them. That's fine. It's not a huge deal. Charlotte's non-binary daughter put a poster on her wall. Wow. But it doesn't seem to be going anywhere at all. It seemed like a couple episodes back, they were kind of implying like the girls are going to re-catch their mojo. No, their mojo died. It's like hospice and then it's the funeral. What I'm trying to say is this is definitely the worst episode. It's supremely boring and very depressing. And it's not a trick question there, showrunners. When somebody asks you how old is a 55-year-old woman, you say 55, not 80. So anyway, thanks for watching. And I don't think I can wait 3 more weeks to start Emily in Paris season 2. I'll probably start watching that this weekend. Thanks. Bye.